Hey, how's it going, guys? Jack and Maddie with the Toaster Bros, and today we're pretty excited because after years of building PCs, we're doing an all-Intel gaming PC, meaning we got a CPU and a dedicated graphics card from Intel.
So what we have right here is the Intel Arc A380, and Intel has kind of had a bumpy start with their first GPU launch. I've seen a lot of reviews where it kind of works sometimes, kind of doesn't, but you know what? We're gonna build an all-Intel PC and just see if this thing is actually worth doing, because this is a pretty well-priced card. But before we do that, let's hear a word from today's sponsor. Today's video is brought to you by GVG Mall, the online marketplace to gain access to some really awesome discounted game keys, and more specifically, Windows 10 licenses.
With Windows 10, it is so easy just to go onto the website using the link in the description down below, and then go to the Windows 10, click Buy It Now, add code TB20, then go to the checkout, put in your payment info, and then boom, you will get within a few seconds or a few minutes an activation code that you will go into Windows 10, put in the activation code, and it is fully legit. It will work out of the box, and you will have a fully activated Windows 10 license.
We use GVG Mall for all the PCs we build here at the Toaster Bros, and so should you. So definitely check the link in the description down below and use code TB20 to save money on checkout.
So on paper, this card's actually really good because for $130, you get 6 gigs of VRAM and it's GDDR6, and it has some cool encoders on it, but we have noticed from some forums and stuff, people saying that some of the drivers are kind of iffy and sometimes the cards just don't work. So I'm hoping that that's just kind of some mumbo jumbo and this actually just goes really well.
And you'll probably be able to tell by the title of this video, that's where the direction is gonna go with this. So yeah, let's just not waste any more time and talk about the rest of the parts that make up this PC build.
So for the CPU, we have the all-new 12100F, which is basically just a replacement for i3-10100, 4-core, 8-thread, and it's 12th gen, meaning you can get Gen 4 support. So you can get DDR5 RAM, you can get Gen 4 SSDs, you can go all kinds of crazy stuff with it, but of course we wanted to go Gen 4 because this card is probably gonna really like having that, kind of like AMD's cards, so you know, we wanted to be safe. And for the motherboard, we got a little budget option. This is the Asus Prime B660MA DDR4. And like I said, B660s, amazing boards nowadays. When you get 4 RAM slots, you get 2 of the 4 pins for the CPU. You get plenty of Gen 4 slots. I mean, nowadays the B660s are closer to some of the older Z series boards we used to buy, so really happy with this. Now for RAM, we have this white Oli 16 gig kit, and this is 2 8 gig sticks, and it is 3200 megahertz, and it should work really well. CL16, so pretty good speeds and everything, and it's white to go with our white themed case. And now we have a pretty fast SSD. You could save a lot of money here, by the way. When I say a lot, I mean like 15, maybe 20 bucks, but we have this Western Digital Black 500 gig Gen 4 SSD, and notice the speed, up to 5,000 megabytes per second. Now, if you get a Gen 3, you're looking at more of like the 2,000 to 3,000 range, typically a little over 3,000 sometimes. So yeah, we got some fast read and write speeds. You don't really need to have that, but we opted for it. You know, it's an option here.
All right, guys, so we have the ASRock Challenger ITX. I always love the Challenger lineup, and it's funny that they're doing an Intel Arc A380. Single fan card, they say ITX, but I really don't like when companies say ITX because, I mean, yeah, it would fit in an ITX build and it would make sense, but when I think ITX, I think like small form factor and like low profile stuff, but regardless. Yeah, this is the Intel Arc A380, 6 gigs of VRAM for 130 bucks. We got 3 display ports, 1 HDMI, and you know, fan speed for heavy workload and light workload, so fan stop, you know, I got those cool features. Yeah, it's an Intel GPU, has the AV1 encoder and decoder, so you have that cool functionality for like a home theater setup if you really want to do that. But yeah, it's just kind of cool that Intel has a GPU. We'll see exactly how good it is for gaming. Now for the power supply, we have the good old staple here, the Asus TUF 550 watt 80 plus bronze power supply. Yeah, good reliable unit, pretty high on the tier list, can't really complain too much about it. 550 watts is definitely more than you really need. I think this thing says it just needs 350 watts just for the GPU in total for the whole system, so you probably could get away with a 400 watt power supply if you want to, but normally once you creep down to that wattage range, the power supplies are not the greatest. But what we have right here is the Protege. Just kidding, the Prodigy. This is the PV Prodigy, the case we use so much at our PC Selling Business PC Bros that we just know it inside and out. But we actually got the white version because they sell it in white, and it kind of matches some of the other stuff we got going here. So yeah, I'm excited to put this thing together. It's gonna be really easy to do. Let's see how it performs.
Alright guys, we're playing Apex Legends on medium settings mainly. We're at 1920 by 1080. And the menu FPS was looking really good. We were at like 144, but once we got into game, it kind of changed a little bit. So now we're hovering around We're hovering around the like 70 FPS range. So it's not like super high FPS, but it's holding the same FPS really well, which I'd be kind of curious to see if all cards, oh my gosh. Yeah, I'd have to look at some of our other benchmarks to see if like they hold FPS well, because I mean, maybe that could be one thing that this card does well, is holding FPS. I mean, it seems like this is getting about what like to give you an idea of like an old card, about like what like a 970 I think would probably get. Drew, get over here, Drewster.
Oh, no, over his head.
Leave me alone. Give it.
Hey, the champion.
Yeah. All right, well, I mean, yeah, it ran. The latency was a little bit up there. The FPS wasn't like amazing, but I mean,
it's
I can't really complain. It's 130 bucks and it's a brand new card with a new encoder and everything. So they're doing pretty good in my eyes so far. Let's go on to the next one.
All right, guys, we are now in Fortnite. We are running DX12 because in theory, that should be ideal for this. I really don't even want to dive into performance mode because I have a feeling that's going to be some problems. So we're doing epic view distance, everything else on low, DX12, and we're getting some stutters to start, below 100 FPS. We'll go ahead and drop in to, yeah, let's go tilted again, might as well. We got to keep up the consistency here, but there are definitely some, you know, budget systems with older GPUs that might work better in this game. But yeah, the stutters are not ideal. We'll land and see what happens, but if I end up dying pretty quickly here, which, you know, the odds are pretty high, if that happens, I'll end up re-queuing in performance mode and see if that makes a difference, because right now it's not giving me too much good hope in terms of how playable this is going to be, but let's land and see what happens. Because the GPU is being used. I mean, we're getting close to 93% usage, dips down below, but I don't know. We'll see. It just feels very stuttery. Whoa, right next to me. Plastic bullets. Yes, those bullets are definitely plastic. Oh, the guy's pushing me. Nice. Okay, that guy's gone, but I think he was being chased by somebody. You're being chased by you! Flying Fender. But yeah, it definitely feels a lot better now that things have loaded in. The latency is a little all over the place, so there's a little stutter right there. So if micro stutters are something that would really bother you playing this, considering, you know, we are paying about $600 for this PC, and we have seen better performance in Fortnite at PCs at this price point. So, you know, it's not like the best thing, but considering all new parts, I would still deem this pretty acceptable for the kind of gaming experience we're going for. I mean, it's technically close to high refresh rate. We are pushing that. All right, yeah, running around 90 to 100 FPS, some stutters here and there. I'll try performance mode to see if for some reason it actually is optimized for this hardware, or maybe in performance mode we'll be much more reliant on the i3-12100, which definitely can give you high refresh rate numbers. But yeah, we'll go ahead and switch to that real quick and see how that works. We're in the warm-up lobby. We'll give it a second until we get into an actual game. Definitely the stutters are still present, but we're getting higher overall FPS numbers. Does that really matter if you're still stuttering? Probably not. You're probably better off going DirectX 12, but I will still give it a fair shot and drop into tilted and see what we're working with. Oh, now we're getting dips into the 40s and 50s. Yeah, I don't know about performance mode, guys. I think performance mode, oh wait, that was really weird. Yeah, definitely higher numbers, but I don't know, it doesn't feel that much better. The stutters are limited. Oh, never mind, there was a stutter there. Basically, it's a toss-up is what I'm gonna say, because they both have their pros and cons, but I will say performance mode is not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Yeah, toss-up with performance mode. I just run DX12 just to be safe. Let's move on to something else. We're gonna go and run in a series of built-in benchmarks. We're gonna run, actually Spider-Man doesn't even a built-in benchmark. I'm just gonna swing around the city. We're gonna run Cyberpunk as well. And yeah, we're gonna run those in DX12 mode and see what the limits are. These are high-end AAA titles, and let's just run with them.
All right, guys, so we just got done benchmarking this little blue warrior right here. And yeah, I mean, overall, I think for Intel's, I guess you could say, first crack at the graphics card market, we don't think it's really too bad. I mean, at 130 bucks, I think that they've definitely priced it respectably. It's just now, can they go through and make sure that it's compatible with all the games that we play and make sure that all of the, DX11, DX12 and performance modes all work well, because yeah, they're gonna have some kinks to work out.
So that's the biggest thing here. You're getting a really awesomely priced graphics card with 6 gigs of VRAM. You're not gonna find anything on the new market that's even close to that. And if you're willing to work through some of the driver optimization that will come from Intel, then I think you have a really good deal here. And you should check the links down below. There'll be affiliate links, they will help us out. And let us know what you think of the Intel Arc series of GPUs. I have a feeling we're not gonna see anything crazy or groundbreaking for a couple more generations while Intel works on this, but it is still really cool to see another competitor in the GPU space.
So as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/toastybros, and do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
So this PC right here will actually be our first ever all Intel PC that'll be sold at PCBros.tech.
You can buy this PC and many others over at PCBros.tech, and if you use code TOASTYBROS2 on checkout, you can save 2% on a gaming laptop, desktop, whatever you want to buy. PCBros.tech. See you guys later. Goodbye.
Peace out.
All right.
Wow!